Dear friends, today I'm going to talk about the book that I've read, Power versus Force. And this book is written by Dr. David Hawkins. The author has many PhDs and doctorates, and he has done a lot of experimentation. His work is mostly on the consciousness, the behavioral patterns, and it's a deep psychology. So he has shared his experience starting with how he has felt the consciousness. He has gone into the state of bliss where everything has stopped for him and everything has become unified. He has seen that divine light. He has written as when time stops, all problems disappear. They are merely artifacts of a point of perception. As the presence prevails, there is no further identification with the body or the mind. When the mind grows silent, the thought I am also disappears. The name of the book is Power versus Force, the hidden determinant of the behavior. The question arises, how does one reach to the state of the awareness? He has given his own experience. It started first with the desire to reach out to the state was very intense. Secondly, then began the discipline to act with constant and universal forgiveness and gentleness without exception. You have to stay away from the outcome. So you have to be detached from the outcome, but you have to have that burning desire. This is how the way of life has to be to reach to the higher level of consciousness. And he has to have a compassion towards his own self, towards his own thoughts and every action. So he should not discriminate between self and with others. He has to be what he is. He has experimented and he has documented levels of consciousness, which we'll see further. There are various people in various level of consciousness. There are people with the lower consciousness are actually people who believe that force is their way out. For everything, they have to use force, and force means I have to take from him. To take, to go up from somebody, some position or something. It is not a true intelligence where you have elevated yourself and you are not in a count. They believe that force is the way of life, but consciousness goes up and up. The power comes into the picture. So power is something which is universal. Force is something that you move. You have to move against something. And every force will have a counter force. It's not content within. It always requires a feeding of energy. But when it's come down to power, power is self-content. Man thinks he lives by the virtue of the forces he can control. But in fact, he is governed by the power from the unrevealed sources. Power over which he has no control. Because power is effortless, it cannot be seen. Force is experienced through the senses. Power can be recognized only through the inner awareness. The only way to enhance one's power in this world is by increasing one's integrity, understanding, and capacity for compassion. So let's take an example where British forces in India, who has ruled over 150 years, and they have seen force, people, artillery, all the economical background, power, everything they had. But one man, Gandhi, who had nothing of that sort, but he has a power within. Power within. Who got the independence without act of any violence. We'll take another example. When after the World War, Germany was split into two.
Yes.
One control was with the Russians and one was with the Americans. So there was East Germany, West Germany. And it was forcefully built, walls divided. But power is something that all the people came together without a single shot fired. That is what the power unifies people. It's an energy you can create and make anything for yourself. First, the energy level 20. Energy level 20 is called the shame. State where it's a cautious society. You are ashamed and you want to get out of the situation. You want to be invisible. So if you are holding a guilt, so guilt will lead you to some kind of physical disease. This will not just be mental, but it, after a period of time, go down to a disease or something within your body. If you have that thing resolved, why you are guilty, and if you go for a therapy or you do something and have that thing resolved, the diseases disappear. Energy level apathy. This level is characterized by poverty, despair, people with hopelessness, people with they have created their own situation. To come out of it, have to elevate the consciousness. The world and the future look bleak. Pathos is the theme of life. Pathos means the quality that evokes pity and sadness. Apathy is a state of helplessness. Its victims needy in every way. Lack not only resources. These people just don't lack resources, but also the energy to avail themselves of what resources may be available. Next comes the grief. People now and then in their life have felt tremendous loss. So sadness. It's momentarily you go, everybody goes now and then. But if that becomes a way of life, it's a life of regret. You'll be always depressed. Then comes the energy level 100, fear. Fear is actually an energy which can drive you. Even if you use it, you can go even to the success. And to elevate, you can use this energy to go out, because this is a energy that people have survived over a period of time. Majority of the society lives in this zone. At the level 100, there is a lot more life energy available. Fear of danger is actually healthy. Fear runs much of the world. Fear of enemies of old age or death or rejection and multitude of social fears are basic motivators in most people's lives. Fear is the favored official tool for control. So the fearful seek strong leaders who appear to have conquered their fear to lead them out of their slavery. This was energy level 100, fear. Then there is energy level 125. There is yet more energy available at this level. Desire motivates vast areas of human activity, including the economy. So desire moves us to the great extent effort to achieve goals or obtain rewards. The desire for money, prestige or power runs the lives of many of those who have risen above the fear. Napoleon Hill talks in his book Think and Grow Rich. You need to have a burning desire. A lot of people who actually live a very elegant life, good cars, clothes and life experience that they display, that brings a desire into a person. Once that desire is inside, then you can change your level, even if you're living in fear. But if the desire goes inside and the desire rises to a level, he is inspired to that desire. So desire is a good thing. The bad part of desire has to do with accumulation and greed. But desire is insatiable because it's an ongoing energy field. So once that desire gets over, you always have one unsatisfied. Because you are filling with respect to that void. That is not something that you really wanted. That all have came from the insecurities. If you want to feel good about ourselves, we have to buy something. That is how they show. You take this cream and apply it, you'll become beautiful. As if you are not. They make you feel insecure. They target your failures, they target your insecurities, they target your fears. Then comes the energy level 150. 150 is the energy level of anger. Although anger may lead to homicide and war as an energy level within itself, anger can lead to either constructive or destructive actions. But that desire doesn't mean anything for you. That desire becomes a frustration because it's unfulfilled. Frustration results from exaggerating importance of desire.